Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Clash 20 Live here on Twitch, here on Evolve Sports Live. My name is Langelo on Xbox, and I am super excited tonight because we have two huge matchups. But before we even get into what those are, I want to bring in my partner in crime here, the man I love doing commentary with, Meter. Meter's here tonight. Meter, how are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic, and let me tell you, I am pumped up for Clash 20.
Yeah, I am too. This is the biggest card that we've had here. We've got some visual changes that we're going to talk about here in a second, but we've got two huge matchups tonight. In our kickoff matchup, it is going to be Commando Slippy making his return to the football division, taking on the Madden Division Champion Colbus1984. We should point out the title is not on the line tonight. This is a non-title matchup. However, the agreement that has been made is if Commando Slippy is able to pull off the victory tonight, able to get that victory, he will earn himself a future title opportunity against Colbus1984. So the stakes could not be any higher for Commando Slippy here tonight.
And a well-earned title shot that would be, because you're talking about a tough customer, the man in the Madden division. Colbus1984 has proven it year over year and game after game why he's the best. I think Slippy's up against something really tight and really difficult here today. So he'll have definitely earned that shot if he wins here today.
Most definitely. And that is our kickoff matchup. And then our showcase matchup, you are going to see Darth Travis taking on JJWestGaming in the showcase matchup. It is going to be the Leafs and the Avalanche tonight here in the showcase matchup on Clash.
I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing Leafs. They're both wearing Leafs paraphernalia there in their photos, but that is going to be another amazing one. Is that a number one contenders matchup?
Wait, I have made a mistake. You want to clarify this one? It is not the Leafs and the Avalanche. It is the Lightning and the Avalanche. Whoever's in charge of our graphics put the wrong one up on the screen, and then much like Ron Burgundy just read the teleprompter. It is going to be my mistake. It is going to be the Lightning and the Avalanche tonight.
So neither chose Toronto.
Neither chose Toronto, but they're both dressed in Toronto. You can imagine my confusion as I'm talking, and I'm like, this doesn't seem right. But that's what we have here tonight. So we have two huge matchups. Again, it is going to be in the football division here very shortly. Commando Slippy and the 49ers taking on Colbus1984 and the Bears. So their traditional matchup with their traditional teams we're going to see in that one. And then again in the showcase matchup, although the graphic is wrong, and I may fix this in post before it even hits YouTube, but we'll see what happens. It is going to be Darth Travis and the Lightning taking on West and the Avalanche. It's going to be a huge night here on Clash.
Listen, there's a lot of blue and white up on that screen right now. That is an easy mistake to make and no problem at all. Regardless, no matter what team they pick, they could both play Japan. This is going to be an amazing matchup. Both of these guys so good at what they do. Really excited to see this matchup here for the showcase of Clash 2020 clashes, Langelo.
20 clashes. I know it's a crazy number. We are coming up on a year that we've been doing these. We had some time off, obviously, in between, but yeah, Clash 20, biggest card yet. Little bit of a graphical snafu, but we'll just ignore that for now. I do want to quickly point out the new Clash logo. It's the same setup as the previous logo, but we've changed the font, and it's a brand new Clash logo here. We're debuting here tonight, so I'm super excited about that as well. That's one graphical thing we got right tonight, so I'm happy on that one. I'm going to message Colby and Slippy and make sure they are ready, and then we are going to get underway here.
The graphics for Clash, the graphics for Evolve Sports Live, and everything that Evolve Sports Live does are always top notch. You have one wrong logo, not a big deal, super forgivable. Everything else looks head and shoulders above anybody else who's doing something like this. This is this is the premier league to be playing in, to be watching, to be a part of. So I think on behalf of myself and the community, like all of the work you've done, 20 clashes is a huge milestone. Congratulations to the community and to you, Langell, for all the work you've done on this.
Well, that is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much here. I can't say enough, but your support, the community's support, I love being able to do this. And it's I take things quite seriously. So as soon as I saw the graphical mix-up, I was like, yikes. But yeah, no, we are good. And speaking of that, we are going down to Game Field. So let's get this loaded up here. We are live. And we've got the game audio as well. It is the Bears and the 49ers from San Francisco. So Slippy is hosting this game tonight. And that a number one contender spot is on the line. So let's get this underway and see where we are.
Libby's going to give the ball to Colby to start this one out, to Colbus. And he's going to take this one from the end zone, and a pretty decent run back. Gets it to the 25, where he would have taken it anyway, but arguably worth the attempt there. Now, a question about statistically from these two guys. What are we looking at for records?
For records, we have...
Has Colby lost?
Colby has lost one game, so he's 3-1. And Slippy, I'm just going to bring up his stats here while the game has started.
Yeah.
And let me quickly grab that as I scroll through.
No problem. Outside run nets, nothing. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. All right. In the Madden Division, Slippy is 1-2 and Colby is 3-1.
Ah, okay. So this is a big game right here. I'm really excited. A little screen pass there. Colby, well known for his screens, picks up 3, third and long on the 7.
Yeah, exactly.
7 yards needed.
There's going to have to be a big play coming out of this one, 3rd and 7. But yes, this is an absolutely huge opportunity for Commando Slippy. He's record of 1-2, so he's ranked 3rd currently in the Madden Division. But a win here tonight against the champion, and you'd have to consider he'd be a number one contender at that point.
Triple coverage, and this one's picked off easily, and Slippy takes this one back to the 35 and takes momentum onto his side as well.
Huge play defensively by Commando Slippy. The champion, Colby, was in a situation where he needed to gain 7 yards, tried to throw for looks like about 20 to 25, got picked off on it, and now Slippy's coming the opposite direction.
I formation, handoff fake, looking downfield on the play action, throw over the middle, and it's caught, and he's taken to the ground. But the damage is done. 1st down to the 23-yard line.
Huge play there by Slippy offensively, gaining a 1st down, something that Colby wasn't able to do on his first drive, and Slippy did it in one play. So something to watch there will be the offense of Slippy versus the defense of Colby at this point.
And fake the handoff to the right, lateral out to the left, and taken down well behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 3, as nobody was fooled on that run attempt.
Not in the least. I just talked about the defense of Colby, and he's making me retract those words pretty quick here. That huge stop here on 1st down.
Run out to the right side, jostled around a bit, but picks up 5 for a now 3rd and 8, even a yard back from what Colby was facing when Colbus was unable to convert.
Exactly. The biggest difference right now is the fact that Slippy would be in field goal range, so hopefully would come away with points on this drive. But yeah, this is a situation where Slippy needs to gain 8 yards. I would focus on those 8 to 10. I wouldn't try to throw it to the end zone from here. I just try to get that 1st down and keep the clock moving and the game going.
Throw on the run over to the left, and it's easily swatted down by the defense, and that'll bring up a 4th and 8 and a field goal attempt.
Let's see.
It's like a 38-yarder right down the middle, and 3 points go on the board. So San Francisco and Commando Slippy able to take an interception and turn it into points right out the gate in less than a minute.
He's like a magician. He made something appear out of nowhere, and boom, comes away with points. And now
this time, Colby's going to wave it off and take it from the 25.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think that's a smart idea. One thing I should point out is the fact that Slippy currently has the lead, is currently 3rd overall in the division, but hasn't been active that much as of late. This is only his first game here in a few months, whereas Colby's been active twice a week, every week in the Extreme League. So as far as, possible, I was going to say rink rust, but this is football. So as a possible rust would go, I would say that Colby would have the advantage, but it's Slippy that has the lead right now.
If there's anywhere you're going to get rust, it's on iron, and we're here on the gridiron. Little stick play, picks up a first, gets a good block. He's got some room and able to push through two guys before he's taken down. Big pickup to the 44.
That's huge now. That's huge. Gained 30 yards over two of the three plays and that was worth 27 alone. So great turnaround by Colby right now on this return drive.
Another little screen, trying to get the blocking, but isn't able to get exactly what he needs. He had a guy run right past and pick up the guy ahead. Unfortunate, but still able to pick up 4.
Yeah, it's dinking and donking, as I like to refer to. Get a couple yards here, a couple yards there. No one needs to hit 40 yards in one play. I mean, this is a smart way to play offense. It keeps you with possession of the ball, keeps the defense tired. This is how I would do it.
Handoff, but Slippy comes in and takes Cohen down behind the line. It's a loss of 1. It looks like he kind of read that one and picked it up pretty quick.
Yeah, it looked like he had that well scouted out, saw it was going to happen, saw it was a run to the right, and was able to take advantage of it. Now Colby in that familiar 3rd and 7 situation.
That's a very good point. Failed to convert last time he was in this position. Let's see what happens here. Snap, dropping back, looking, waiting, rolling out to the left, throwing, caught on the run to commit again. Great. Yeah, that's a first down.
Great play. Waited till players got open. Slippy still had some defense there, but Colby able to come down with it. Now 1st and 10 from the 28. Noticing in chat right now, Meter, some news that you might be interested in. The Boston Bruins legitimately just let their head coach go. And now we're in target area for picking up a new coach. I know you're a big fan of the Bruins, so that is huge news coming out of Boston tonight.
That is huge news. He brought them to the playoffs again, but eventually you got to have a change, and it'll be interesting to see what they do there.
Yeah, most definitely.
Short play here, picks up 6, 2nd and 4 now. Handoff out to the right side. He's got a lot of room. He's going all the way home. That's a touchdown for Colby and the Chicago Bears.
And the champion takes the lead 6-3 right now, pending the extra point. But what a turnaround by Colby. Forced that unfortunate turnover the first drive. Slippy turns it into 3 points. Colby got the ball back and said, I can do better than that, and score 7.
And we often talk about a feeling out period at the beginning of these games. It's unfortunate when a feeling out period ends in the other team taking the ball away from you and scoring points, but Colby's settling down, not letting it rattle him. He's the champ. He's not losing his title here tonight, no matter what. Letting that kind of sink in, settling down. It'll be interesting to see how that plays a role going forward if he can get rattled.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, right? Is the fact that Colby has nothing to really lose other than pride in this game, because no matter what happens, he still walks away with the division championship. But I'd say the pressure is definitely on Commando Slippy in this situation. And Slippy, like I said, hadn't been active in a while, is doing quite well considering.
Now, you did mention that Colbus is playing weekly or twice a week, I believe, in the Extreme League.
Yes.
Which has now made it to playoffs. Now, how much of a difference is there between the Extreme League and the play style there and what we're watching here? And does that play a role? Do you think that could be not a benefit in some ways?
I think that the big difference is going to be is the fact that they are great play by Slippy. The Extreme League is arcade, whereas this is competitive. So some of the catches that Colby may be used to hitting may not actually go through in a situation like this. So it's that's going to play a factor. Also, we play 8-minute quarters in Extreme. We're playing 8-minute quarters here, but I don't know how familiar Slippy is with 8-minute quarters. So these are things to keep in mind as we move
and we've
forward.
Seen clock management be a huge part of some of these games.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you think when we used to play in the TPCFL, they were 6-minute quarters. So when you play 8-minute quarters, that's more than an extra quarter worth of time in a game.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
the
that's
comparison.
huge.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how Slippy adjusts to that.
Slippy's made some big plays, but here's another one going the other way. An interception by Colby. 2 missed tackles, a third big hit stick, but Colby walks away with the ball, sees the interception on him in the first, in the beginning of the game, and says, hey, I can do that.
Yeah. I mean, anything you can do, I can do better. I'm the champ, and just watch as I pick this down. But I mean, that was into triple coverage, so that was not. Now we're all even on turnovers again.
It was into triple coverage and a very deep throw. Can you talk at all to the difference there between the shorter passes and the deeper passes when it comes to interceptions and the ball turning hands?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've always said since season 1 of TPCFL that the further the ball has to go, the better the chance of it being intercepted is. I've been saying for years, long bombs equal turnovers. So I don't think that was necessarily out of range for Slippy. I see what he was trying to do, but it's better, like I said, to dink and donk it. Get 3 yards here, 4 yards there. You don't need to pick up 10 plus yards in one play. And as a result, Colby has the ball and is going the opposite direction.
After 2 plays, Colby picks up 3 total yards. I believe he got nothing on that run attempt. So a 3rd and 7, once again on the table for Colby.
Yeah, it seems to be this is his home. This seems to be where he seems familiar at 3rd and 7.
Intercepted right back is Slippy. And he's taking this one to the right, taking down at the 44, but momentum is just switching one way, then the other. And right now, it is in San Francisco's side, but only just.
Only just, yeah. It's like a thumbnail across the momentum meter there right now. One thing I should point out is we've seen 3 turnovers here basically in the first quarter. These are the default sliders. Like, we can't adjust sliders in games like this. So the interceptions are going to be a little higher than we're used to. So they're going to have to keep that in mind. And I would say, yeah, stick to more of the short to medium passes to avoid the possibility of interceptions.
Fantastic throw, finding a gap in coverage on the left side is Slippy. Moves the ball all the way to Colby's 29, and now the handoff gets past the first guy trying to juke, but right into a defender, picks up 2 on that play, and they'll call it 1, but move the ball forward 2 yards.
Yeah, math is hard. I'll tell you that right now. So 2nd and 9 from the 27. Now, traditionally, we've seen Slippy's been really good with their outside run game. It'll be interesting to see whether or not he can get that going, or if Colby is aware of that and has defense on the field to try to, cover the flats to make sure that Slippy can't get out to the outside.
That's some really good insight. Cross pattern in the middle, and he hits him on the slant and moves the ball through the red zone, deep into the red hot zone, the 9-yard line. Only one more place to go, and that's end zone.
That definitely is, and I've waited all week to hear that, and I finally got it here a minute into
There's
the
that
second
outside
quarter.
run you were talking about.
And Slippy in there, puts the points on the board. What a play. What a play.
Absolutely massive. So, several interceptions. And it seems that when Slippy's intercepting the ball, he's turning it into points.
Yes. Yeah, he's got the recipe down. He's got the strategy down. If your defense is gonna stand tall and get you the ball back, the least you can do to say thank you is to put points on the board.
Colby thought he was in the end zone, but his man takes a step forward after waving onto the 1, and that's where they'll spot this. Colby is now backed way up.
Oh wow. Yeah, this is a lot of pressure. This is
formation, handoff, getting up the middle and picks up a yard. Now into the second, but he's still going to take the snap, probably from the end zone.
Yeah, that 1 yard is twice as far as you've had it, but you're still in a lot of trouble right now. All right.
Handoff again, same play, and picks up more yards now. Moves the ball to the 5. He's gained 4, so we're at a 3rd and 5.
That seems weird. 3rd and 5. It should be 3rd and 7.
It's what side of the line it's on, I believe.
Exactly. Exactly. Again,
A
math
little
is
pass over to the
hard.
left. Dinkin and Donkin, like you say, is
Yeah.
picked up a first down, and it was really effective here for Colby.
Super effective. Had he tried to throw it for, 10, 15 yards there, he probably risked it and intercepted. Played it smart, played it short, got the first down, and is outside of the shadow of the end zone. And hopefully he can, put some work together here.
Handoff getting out to the side. A missed tackle, and Cohen is out off to the races. The 30, the 20, the 10, and touchdown. 99-yard drive. You can't get much more than that.
No.
And Colbus answers Slippy's points with 6 of his own.
Unbelievable. What a way to turn that around. We were talking less than 2 minutes ago how this looked disastrous for Colby, on the 1 yard line, and now just kicks it for the extra point and retakes the lead 14-10. What a play. What a drive.
Huge. Colby not messing around with field goals. He's going yard every time he's scoring. 2 touchdowns so far in this game. And this one looks like he might have had an issue with the kicking meter. It kicks it way out of bounds. So Slippy's going to take this from his own 41.
That's an unfortunate situation for the champion. Unfortunate situation for Colby. Great situation for Slippy. Started on the 41. He's 9 yards short of midfield to start this drive. So, let's see what he can do with this, but this is a great opportunity for Slippy to retake the lead here.
Another big opportunity for Slippy. We'll see how he handles it. Now, these two have quite a history. I know when I was learning how to play this game, both of these guys gave me some mentorship, and we played a lot of games together. And I know these two have played a ton of games together. Pass to Kittle on the outside, picks up a whole bunch to the 36. Now he goes on Colby's side of the field.
What an opening play on this drive. Now on the 36-yard line, Slippy is not wasting time here, and he's got a drive going right now. It's gonna be interesting to see whether or not Colby can step up defensively and stop him.
And as you say, that big hit in the backfield, a loss of 5, trying to keep the man in motion and catch him on the sweep, but that one read and knocked down. I guess to my point, these two have played against each other a lot, and they kind of know how each other play. It'll be interesting to see if they kind of bring out some new things we haven't seen before to catch each other off guard.
I think that's a huge factor. So, he got the ball away. Okay. I thought that was going to be a sack, which would have been absolutely devastating. But 3rd and 15 is definitely not the situation that Slippy wants to be in. You're right. They both have their bread and butter plays. We talked about it earlier. Slippy likes to get to the outside and take off with the ball. That's not going to help him on a 3rd and 15, so we'll see what happens here.
That will. Big throw over the middle, finds the only gap in the swarm of white jerseys, and picks up a first down into the red zone just like that.
Slippy not succumbing to the pressure there. 3rd and 15. Best case scenario, it almost looked like I'll get 3 points to make it 14-13. Slippy said, forget that. I'm going for first down, and the play continues.
And now trying to get the outside spin move, jumps over the guy, and then runs almost out of bounds. He loses 2. A lot of lateral movement, and maybe a little bit more than he bargained for.
Yeah, I don't think that play got blown up before Slippy got to do what he wanted to do with it. But 2nd and 12, still in the red zone. It's not a bad situation for Slippy. In fact, I might try at this point to take a little more time off the clock on this drive just so that Colby doesn't have time to come back before they hit the locker room.
Oh, a little bit of clock management here, especially with these longer quarters.
Exactly.
I love that idea. 3rd and 11 now, a very short 1-yard gain. Yeah. Now, Slippy has done some pretty long passes in this drive and in some others that he did, including the one that led to an interception. How do you, as a coach, as a player, how do you overcome the throwing an interception on a deep pass and then maybe being gun shy about throwing again?
That's going to be the big thing, right? With the sliders not being adjusted and interceptions basically becoming a 50-50 ball, it's, Slippy going to run with it. I like the idea because everyone expected him to throw. He ran for it. He only gained like 3 yards on it. But I mean, I definitely like the idea of it, and this, of course, will bring him to within 1 point. Sorry, you had a question about what was your question again, sir? Because I definitely want to answer it.
That's totally fair. Slippy able to kick the field goal and bring this one to within 135 left. Just giving a quick reset here, and Colby's going to bring this one out from the end zone and get taken down at the 17. I think he might have been gun shy there to take the knee after the last drive. Ended him at the 1, and that kind of leads into the question: how do you not be gun shy out into throwing, especially throwing deep, after throwing deep causes an interception?
Yeah, it's definitely, like I was saying earlier, in my opinion, short to medium passes are going to be the trick in this game. We'll see whether or not either one of them. Whoa! Look at that.
6 from Slippy. He takes this one out of the air. What a beautiful play! And instead of trailing by 1, he has a 5-point lead, extra point pending, and still just under a minute and a half left here in the second.
Commando Slippy stepping up huge. That's the 3rd turnover for Colby in this game. And now, if we look at it, a 6-point lead by Slippy, the champion, down by 6, getting the ball back with 1:25 to play. So long passes are definitely susceptible to interceptions. We just saw medium passes might be as well. I think maybe try the ground game right now, especially you don't want to do anything too crazy with only a minute left in the quarter, because if you're in the half, because if you throw and get intercepted again, you could be down by 2 scores here going into the locker room. So if I'm Colby, I try to keep it on the ground and maybe try to at least get in field goal range here. Don't do anything crazy going into the half.
I love the analysis. Beautiful run. Cohen getting to the outside. Now he's going to get out of bounds, stop the clock at 1:13, and brings it all the way to the 45, almost to midfield at this point, and a fresh set of downs. That does lead me to another question I had. You know, how we saw Slippy doing the run play on 3rd down, and you did praise the thought there. Do something people aren't expecting. And what I'm suspecting here, as we get a timeout from Colby, is that there was an interception because Colby was trying to throw to the outside to stop the clock, and Slippy anticipated an outside throw, trying to get to the outside, trying to stop the clock, and was able to intercept it. How do you fit a match between, how do you find the balance between doing something predictable that's the smart play and doing something new that maybe isn't the smart play and might come out disastrously?
Yeah, it's a risk, right? Like, it's definitely a risk. We saw Slippy had the perfectly timed user pick, which means he knew exactly where that ball was going and how to stop it. Oh, floats it in. Beautiful play. Beautiful
big
play.
Pass, moves it all the way to the 8-yard line with 38 seconds to go in the half. We are back in the red hot zone. Colby looking to strike again and take that lead back here at the end of the first half.
What a play by Colby. Colby showing why he's the division champion right now.
Short throw over to the left, gets the minor screen, weaves, and is taken down. Timeout with 28 seconds left. And Colby, I believe, is on the most dangerous yard in the field, the 1-yard line, 2nd and goal.
And we saw what Colby can do from the 1-yard line earlier. Last time he ran 99 yards. This time he only needs 1.
That
Great
makes
situation.
Makes it look a little bit easier. But with that said, you know, you have their entire defense jammed into the end zone right now.
That is true, and only 1 timeout. So if Colby does not score on this, he's going to have to come up with something really quick because he's going to run out of time.
Quick throw over to the right, missed tackle, and Montgomery's in, and Colby ties it up with an extra point attempt still. 24 seconds left on the clock in the half, and Slippy has all his timeouts, so if he works quickly, might be able to get back down into scoring position, even if it's just a field goal, but even still. And a block attempt so close. What a great run up by Slippy.
Wow.
But the extra point is good, and Colby takes the lead back.
Yeah, Colby showing why he's division champion right now. He's had 3 interceptions so far this game. Didn't panic. And I was talking about just get into field goal range and try to, make it close. He said, nope, I'm scoring and taking the lead. So great play by Colby as he kicks it. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, wait. Okay, it went out of bounds. All right. I was going to say kick it short to force Slippy to come out with it to burn time off that clock, but just a little too much spin on it, goes into the end zone. And now Slippy going to start from the 25-yard line with 24 seconds and all 3 timeouts to play. Now, if I'm Slippy, you need to make it down the field quickly, but don't long bomb it. You don't want to risk the interception. So it'd be interesting to see what he does here.
Handoff trying to get to the outside, but taken down inbounds, going to be forced to burn one of those timeouts. 19 seconds left and only picked up 4 yards. Going to need a heck of a lot more than that to keep this drive moving.
Yeah, at this point, 40 yards is not going to do it. But at the same time, you're only down by 1. So if you throw something crazy and get pick 6, you're going to be down by...
Sacked! He's swarmed. I apologize for cutting you off,
no,
but
that's fine.
Holy cow, he was taken down, just overwhelmed, tried to do what looked like maybe a play action, doing a minor screen, and just got taken down.
Yeah, Colby's defense was all over Slippy and the 49ers there.
We have one of the option plays, and Slippy loves these, especially down in the end zone, but here uses it for a quick pass, but not able to break free. Last time out burned by Slippy, and with 11 seconds in a 4th and 7, he's going for it.
On 4th and 7 on his own 28-yard line at halftime, I would not advise this at all. This is not a play that I would be doing by any stretch of the imagination.
He's sacked, and Colby's going to get it in the red zone with 5 seconds left. He has a chance to kick a field goal now, and instead of a 1-point game going into half, we're going to have an opportunity for a 4-point game, which is out of field goal range.
Yeah, I don't want to say that I sound like Nostradamus, but I predicted exactly why this was going to be a bad idea, and Colby just made it happen. And now, down by 4 points, going into the locker room. There's 2 seconds left. I would just squib this. I wouldn't even try. Yeah, exactly.
He is set up for a squib. Awful kick on the meter. I think he might be having some potential lag issues we see sometimes or something to that effect, but this one taken in and down to the ground, and that will retire the half. 24-20 in favor of the champion, Colbus and his Chicago Bears, going into halftime.
Yeah, what a game we've seen so far. I just noticed in chat we do not have a prediction meter up. So, Slangel, if you're there, if you could put up a prediction poll for the second half of this game, who's going to walk away with the victory, whether it be Colby or Commando Slippy, I would greatly appreciate that. But what a first half we've had, Meter. 24-20. The fireworks are lit. We've had a lot of offense so far, and this is only half of the game so far. And then we have a huge hockey game after this. This clash is going to be huge.
Man, you just got me pumped right up again. I am so excited for the rest of this. We've seen 99-yard drives. We've seen interceptions, field goals. We've seen pick sixes. We've seen it all. I'm excited to see what the next 16 minutes are going to bring.
Yeah, I am as well. This is going to be absolutely phenomenal. This is Clash 20. If you're watching this right now and you've got friends who are involved, like online sports, tell them where you are and where they can be. Bring them to this game as well. This is Clash 20, and it's absolutely huge. Great stop there by Colby. 2nd and 9 now from the 27.
It looked like Slippy trying to get to the outside, but that edge being set pretty hard. The quick pitch not working. And again, this might go to, these guys know each other very well. He knows what to look for.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be able to hide your offense, make it a little less predictable.
Handoff fake, and instead passes to him a couple seconds later. Picks up a couple of yards now, 3rd and 5, and gets out of bounds. May still be thinking about that halftime where he had to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, exactly. 3rd and 5 now, so it's a short to medium pass here. We'll see what Slippy's able to do.
Throw over to the right side, almost intercepted.
Oh.
Should result in a turnover anyway, but a punt instead. And yeah. I've often said the best way to move the ball sometimes is with your foot. We'll see if that rings true here.
Yeah, hopefully he does punt this away.
No corner kick, not trying to get it out of bounds, letting a return happen. Yeah. Does return back to the 27 with it. That's where Colby will start his drive.
27.
You have the lead. The second half just started. Mm-hmm. You're the champion.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I am trying to take as much time off the clock on this drive as possible, not necessarily using chew clock offense, but just slow it down a little bit, use some run plays, get some time off the clock here. And or we could watch him basically get a first down on one play. That works as well. Cohen went basically 100 yards on the ground so far this game.
A 10-yard run there does pick up a first and going to give it right back. Actually, this time it's to Montgomery, but going to pick up another 7 there. 5, let's say. Second and 5. So you're saying control the clock, control the ball, control the pace, just kind of be in control right now.
Yeah, you're the champion. Slippy has to beat you. So I would, at this point, try to take as much time off the clock as possible because time and the clock is the lifeblood of any offense. You need time to work with. And if you can take that away and force them into high-pressure situations, everything comes up gravy as far as Colby's concerned.
Yeah, 2nd and 5 now. He did pick up a first down and then another run for another 5. The clock keeps ticking. It seems you and he have very similar mentalities in this. Some good, smart football happening. Switching his plays at the line, calling the audible and going for the double slants, throwing after a missed sack. He had pressure, but the guy missed. Ran right past him and instead picks up a big first down again.
Yeah, Colby and his offense right now is definitely making strides in the right direction. Picking up yardage, not losing the ball, taking time off the clock. We're already halfway through the third quarter. Great.
Another big throw over the middle. First down and into the end zone. Touchdown, Colby. No longer a 4-point lead. It's now 10 with a chance for an 11th.
Wow. Now it's a 2-score lead now for Colby. Slippy's going to have to get on his horse and ride here. Slippy needs to score on this drive to keep this close because if he turns the ball back over, whether it be, 3 and out or an interception, either way, if he gives the ball back to Colby without scoring, this game could be almost out of reach at this point if Colby can score again on that turnover.
A good kick here to about the 3-yard line. Going to be returned and wrapped up at the 22. That's where Slippy will start this very important drive.
Quick shout out to Slangel. At the time that I mentioned it, I did not see the prediction. I do see it now, so thank you for that. I haven't had a chance to comment on it, but yes, thank you for your hard work. Greatly appreciate it.
Swatted out of the air and down to the ground it goes. The production team and the work that goes in behind the scenes is fairly immeasurable, and Slangel no small part in that. For all of the congratulations we give around, she's very much underrated in that regard. So huge shout outs to Slangel for everything she does as well.
Yeah, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, Slangel puts a lot of work in. Look at this. Hicks just plows over and smashes Slippy. So it's going to be 3rd and 18. 3rd and 18.
Jeez, that was a user control too. That was all Colby driving directly through and taking down Garoppolo before he knew what had happened.
Yeah, and now the pressure's on Slippy from his own 14-yard line.
Another swat out of the air, through into coverage. But it feels like when you're in situations like this, sometimes it can feel like everybody's covered, even if you have people wide open. It's hard to know. You have someone barreling down on you. You just got sacked. You need 18 yards.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a perfect storm for what can easily go wrong. And you and I have called a lot of games. We know what this is like. Slippy missing that dive tackle. I'm sure when Slippy goes back to watch the play, I didn't see it personally, but if he goes back to watch that when he's not under pressure and just viewing it, I'm sure he'll see an open player. But like you said, you get tunnel vision when you're 3rd and 18. You have to get the ball out of there quickly because the sack's coming, and sometimes you just don't see the open guy on the field.
Beautiful blocking for Colby, and forward blocking. Wow, that was very, very well done. Look at that momentum meter at the very top of the screen. It could not be firmer in Chicago's side of the meter.
Yeah, it is definitely an uphill battle for Slippy at this point. Looking at this here, he's got the score that's against him, he's got the momentum that's against him, and he's playing the EvolveSportsLIVE Madden Division Champion, which again is not a favorable situation right now. But that said, If anyone's going to come back right now, Slippy's already scored 20 points this game. Scoring is not a problem for him. I'd like to see him come back at this point.
I love it, and I think you can't understate how big of a mountain this is to climb going up against Colbus. You and I have both done it in league, in regular play, in casual play. He's really good.
He definitely is. He is the NFC top seed in the playoffs in the Extreme League. Him and the Chicago Bears. Oh, look at that. So
big defensive plays on Slippy's side.
And look at that. 4th and 12, forcing Colby to either field goal or punt it deep. One or the other. He's going for the field goal, going for the points.
52-yard attempt, and he's struggled with the kick so far, and this one shanked way to the left, not even close. I firmly believe he is having some kicking troubles on the user side. That is not typical for Colby.
No, if you're a longtime follower of Evolve Sports, you know that we call it a Colby ass punt because he's able to punt within the 2 or 3 yard line. Whoa, that definitely did not play the way he wanted it to.
Kind of accidentally threw that one away as he was bumped into by his own guys trying to throw very quickly.
I think that's what he needs to do after that sack a few minutes ago. You know, if he leaves Colby time to get to the quarterback, Colby's going to do that. So he's got to get rid of the ball quickly. Whether it be screen pass, quick passes, whatever it's going to be. Throws it over the middle. And I don't know how he came up with that, but somehow he did, and it's now 3rd and inches. Very manageable right now. I'd almost
threw ahead of the runner there.
Yeah, I'd almost do a quarterback sneak just to get over that line. Don't do anything crazy, and just
that was actually a pretty cool play by Slippy where we have a pinch on the defense. Chicago maybe expecting that quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
And it's a handoff, and he gets plenty of room, and there's the first down. But with that throw, he threw over the middle ahead of the intended receiver, right at the linebacker, who I think didn't even know the receiver was running that way, stood there waiting for the ball, and the receiver was able to step in front of him. It was actually very well timed.
It was very well timed. Very well timed.
Handoff now, chop down low, big hit stick. And these guys are starting to use that hit stick more and more here in this game.
Yeah, what's interesting about this is, and I'm sure I'm going to hear this from Colby as well, is the fact that hit sticks in the arcade league is pretty much a guaranteed forced fumble. And that is not happening in this game. Colby has made it clear that if he had his druthers, whether he plays on arcade or on competitive, he'd love to go back to competitive. And I'm sure this is a glowing endorsement for the reasons why he would like to do that.
And that, my friends, ends the 3rd. We have 8 minutes left up on the clock left in this game, assuming we have somebody in the lead at the end of the 8 minutes. And then after that, we have a really good hockey game coming up.
Yeah, we definitely do. A contenders game between Darth Travis and JJWestGaming.
3rd and 4, and that 26 dual X lookie.
Yep.
That play, Slippy loves the quick slant there. He used to use an option there. I don't know if that's technically an option play. It doesn't look like one, but he loves that quick slant, and it picks him up first downs all the time.
Yeah, he's very good at the timing on it. In fact, he was one of the first people to be able to successfully pull those off on a regular basis. And now Slippy in firm control inside the red zone now.
Beautiful throw on the inside cross.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
He's throwing on a wire. There's no more floating in the ball at the moment. He has Garoppolo's arm well warmed up. Handoff fake. Instead steps up to the block. Colby being well blocked over the middle. Tries to come back on the receiver, but it's swatted down. The defense was waiting across the middle.
Yeah, that defense was primed and ready. There wasn't much that Slippy was going to be able to do with that. Now, one thing that I've noticed in this game that Slippy has not tried doing is try running with the quarterback. Just break out of the pocket and try to gain a few yards. It's a good way to throw off your opponent a little bit.
Big throw here. While being chased, immediately gets rid of the ball. That was good, quick thinking to get the ball to an open man who's short. He did that little turnaround route and picked up big yards and moved it into the 4-yard line now. Pinch of the defense. I formation. One out wide on either side. Handoff going right up the middle. He's got the room and he's got the points. Touchdown, Slippy. And 6 points go up
Your score 31-26 with an extra point on the line. This could be a 4-point game again.
This definitely could be. What a great play by Slippy. Colby, obviously expecting a pass, was set up to try to block anything into the end zone. Meanwhile, Slippy just ran straight up Main Street into the end zone now.
This has to be opportunity for 2 points, right? You go for 2,
yeah,
and you either make it a 5-point game or a 3-point game, because 4 and 5, there's no difference.
Exactly. I see people going for the 2 points once in a while, and I'm like, what are you doing? This one makes perfect sense.
Double slants, and he gets the throw, loves those short slant plays, and uses it. Colby had kind of boxed up the middle, maybe thinking run, and there was no run there. Well done, and it is now a field goal difference between these two teams.
Great drive by Slippy. Great situation awareness. Realized, like you said, if he goes for the field or 2 points and he's down by a field goal, that's way more manageable. And great all-around drive. So now the pressure is going to be on Colby to see how much time he can take off this clock, and then hopefully, get away with some points at this point, put the game out of reach for Slippy.
Handoff weaving through traffic and picks up 9, 2nd and 1 now, and the clock will keep moving. Really well done by both these teams. And gotta say, no matter who wins, like, Colby's the champ. That's not changing tonight. And Slippy has played one heck of a game against the best in the league.
Exactly. Like right now, Slippy has raised his stock value substantially. I don't think he got that first down. I think it's going to be third and inches.
That's 3rd and inches. Good call.
There you go. Great defense by Slippy. So now it's going to be a case of, again, if your quarterback, go for the quarterback sneak to get up there. But if you're Slippy, he misses the
wide open on the stick.
Yeah.
I thought he had guys in perfect position, but then they all went to cover the middle.
Yeah, most definitely. So now that 2 clock offense is coming in handy for Colby.
It is. That's a good call out. Shoe clock has been on this entire drive. Colby happy to feast on the clock and take as much of the time off as possible, as we're now to about 3:45 left in the game.
Yeah, COVID has taken buffets away from us. Colby found a way to bring it back, and he's just chowing down on those minutes. Oh, look at that.
Big play through multiple hits. He keeps moving, and he picks up another first, and the clock is just going to keep moving. Interesting to go for a pass play in a 2 clock situation.
Yeah, exactly. Because had he missed that pass, it would have stopped the clock completely. So I would be trying to run the ball as much as possible, only throw it when I have to at this point.
Now, which is more important? Obviously, he wants both to happen, but chewing the clock and getting it as low as possible, or scoring at the end of this drive, both are proverbial nails to drive into this coffin attempt. But one must be more important than the other.
Yeah, I would say, if he can take the time off the clock and end the game before he even gets to the end zone, which clearly is not going to happen with the way he's moving right now, but that would be the way to do it, is just drain that clock. Whether you win by 1 point or you win by 100 points, as long as you have one more point, you're going to win. So if he could drain these last 2 minutes off before even seeing the end zone, best situation possible.
Fair enough. End it now, you say?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Big block, not letting any yards be picked up there, and timeout San Francisco, as they will freeze the clock at 1:53. Colby with some amazing running right now. You see him weaving, and a lot of what he's doing, he's seeing where his blockers are pushing people. It's not always a firm stand-up block, right? Oh, Fields takes off and gets dragged down at the 21. He doesn't get any yards out of it. They'll call it 1 yard, but wow, I wasn't expecting that. I'm sorry, that caught me off guard.
No, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. One thing I hadn't seen Slippy do is take off with the quarterback. It's a great way to surprise the defense, and we just saw it there on behalf of the champion.
3rd and 9 now. Slippy used a second timeout. These have been 2 good timeouts. Sometimes you can use that first one, as this one's swatted out of the air, and we're going to have to be forced into a field goal attempt. Doesn't need to use the timeout, so San Francisco gets to keep one, and they'll get the ball back with quite a bit of time on the clock. And Colby has been having issues with kicking.
And this is an interesting thing. I want to see how this one plays out.
No issues there, right down the middle.
Yeah.
And a timeout flag is down, but there was no timeout. That was a field goal. And this is now a touchdown difference between these two teams. There is no field goal is not going to win this one anymore.
No. Now the pressure is going to be on Slippy.
138, one timeout, and a field goal not going to do it. Needs to score a touchdown. What are you feeling right now in Slippy's position?
Slippy's got to get the ball, get up the field, get out of bounds to try to, get some quote unquote fake timeouts here to stop that clock. Pressure's going to be on. If I'm Colby, I'm blanketing the field downfield.
Garoppolo dropped way behind the line. No huddle as he's trying to make up for it. 2nd and 21. The long bomb has damaged him earlier, and here it is again. An interception by Colby. And he's going to take this one back the other way, and he doesn't need to do much now to close this one out. 109 left in the game, and I think, if my math is right, he can kneel to a victory.
He definitely can. Slippy only has one timeout. If he burns it here right after he drops the knee, then Slippy there we go. So Slippy has no timeouts left and 1:07 left on the clock. Yeah, this game is over. Even if Colby gets to a 4th down, he can actually kick the field goal.
Unless the champ makes a mistake.
Yes.
This should be it.
This should be it. Take this knee.
And takes it down to 2 seconds on the play clock, and there's the victory knee. And can I just say, what a game. Slippy, if anyone had any doubts of whether Slippy should have this opportunity to possibly get a future shot at the title, I think he's proven, oh yeah, he deserved this shot.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, what a performance. We haven't seen Slippy in action in quite a while here in the Madden division. For him to come back tonight and put up a 28-point performance against the champion. And really, that interception at the end of it is what really was the deciding factor. He was in it until that final interception. So, yeah, what a performance by Slippy. I mean, he's got nothing to hang his head on. And, I see him making waves in this division as we move forward.
I'm really happy that I got to call this game. We'll take a quick look at stats, offense, and rushing yards. Massive rushing yards, usually such a big thing for San Francisco for Slippy. Absolutely shut down. I think that was a big part of this game. Total yards, almost 500 for Colby, and half as much for Slippy. You got turnovers were actually in favor of Slippy. He had a +1 on that to his 2 to Colby's 3 turnovers. 3rd down conversions equal 3 and 8 across the board.
Yeah.
And red zone conversion percentage 100% for Slippy, and Colby missed one of them. And there weren't really any penalties to speak of. You had that one out of bounds kick on accident, but other than that, this was actually very close. I think running really was the biggest difference maker here.
Yeah, if you would have told me going into this game that Slippy would be held to under 30 yards rushing.
Yeah.
I would be quite surprised by that, just based alone on what we've seen Slippy able to do in the past. But I mean, you had talked about it a few times during the game that maybe Colby recognized that and prevented Slippy from doing it, which is great strategy. If you can find a weakness and exploit it, or force someone to change up their game plan because they know that you're going to be expecting to do something. I mean, that kind of shows why Colby is the champion.
Yeah, I love that analysis. I was thinking something very similar. Maybe this was a mix-up of trying to do something that wasn't expected. But the danger of that is sometimes that means you're doing something you're not completely comfortable with, and it can result in this. And when you're going up against literally the best in the league, you got to take chances. And I commend Slippy for his game. And of course, Colby for his big victory here today to once again cement himself as the champion.
Exactly. Great performance by both of them. The champion remains champion. We said earlier that regardless of the outcome that he would remain champion, which is true. But now that the game is over, had Colby dropped that decision to Commando Slippy, I mean, as far as confidence goes, that could have been rather shaken for Colby. Yeah, he'd escape with the title, but then, what would he be thinking going into his next possible matchup or next possible title defense? So for him to be able to come in here tonight, silence the critics, and able to beat Commando Slippy, I mean, shout out to him. Great performance by both the champion and the challenger, but more specifically the champion. So shout out to Commando Slippy for his performance. He'll be back in the division. We'll have to see where Colby goes from here as far as defending that title goes. But we have big news, Meter, because first off, I want to mention that Carbonator's in chat. Thank you for joining us tonight there, Carbonator. Thank you for being here. Yeah, an original member of the TPC podcast hanging out in chat tonight. So thank you so much for being here. But we also have coming up next, it is in the hockey division. We have a contenders matchup, and that graphic still hasn't fixed itself. It's the weirdest thing. But actually, let me see if I can do that. That might be a good idea. Let me see if I can quickly change that. That would be uber cool if I could do that.
I got super hyped seeing Carbonator in chat. Dropped that GIF sub for him. Very, very happy to see him. And you're not watching ads today, brother. You have well earned the opportunity to not do so. So welcome back. Really, really excited to see you here.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the gifted sub, Meter. Greatly appreciate it. I am looking for
Lightning.
Yes. I'm unable to find that one. That's on my other hard drive. So I'm gonna get their screen lit up here, so we're ready to go. I'll talk to the guys in chat to make sure they are ready. But very quickly, before we get to that, let's quickly again just talk about Commando Slippy and his future in the Madden Division. I mean, what a performance, right? Like he showed tonight that, he may have been gone for a while, but he's definitely should still be in the minds of everyone in this division, because he showed tonight that he still has it.
Knocking off the rust in a big way. We've both played Slippy. Every time I play him, I feel like I'm playing a different person. He has some of the characteristics that we've come to know. The quick slant pass, the really quick passing there, the outside run. But outside of that, like, the guy is so adaptable, and so he continues to change and grow and evolve. It's always really impressive to watch him, and I never know what to expect. I watch tape of him, and I still don't know what to expect when I go into a game with him, and I usually end up losing. But now I don't feel so bad, because he's proven he is really, really good.
Yeah, he definitely is, and I would love to see him back and get more action and more screen time in here on Clash. I also should point out that due to time zone differences, that game didn't start till after midnight his time.
Wow.
So dedication from Commando Slippy to agree to that game at that time of day as well. I mean, hats off to him on that one. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, massive shout out to that. The late game, but we are very happy you were able to do that. Huge win for Commando Slippy, and definitely he has turned some heads, opened some eyes, and planted a flag.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm just looking here. They're trying to get the game set up here with the rules for the game. I'm just trying to, there we go. They've got all that. So, all right, I'll let them do what they need to do. Yeah, Commando Slippy, the future is bright for him. We also need to look at what's going on with Colby now. Colby, defending champion, was in action, came up successful, and I will see what lines up next for him in this division. We should mention that it looks as though Clash 21, 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to be back in football, but this time it's going to be PlayStation. And the rumor matchup we are going to get is going to be Priest going one-on-one with Dembrew. So that looks to be the matchup in Clash 21. So if you guys liked football tonight, you're going to love football again 2 weeks from now, when we're going to flip the consoles over and we're going to be on the PlayStation side. So that's going to be super exciting. I'm just looking at the screen here, trying to get things set up. Let's bring up the matchup screen one more time. Darth Travis And JJWestGaming, we're getting ready to go here, Meter. I can't wait. I love hockey. Hockey is fantastic, and we're about to see it here again here very shortly.
I definitely could not agree more. So that football game we just watched was in the Xbox division.
Yes.
And we're going to be watching PlayStation in 21. And I believe we've seen Priest before on Clash. Is that correct?
Yeah, we saw Priest he competed in the first ever Madden for PlayStation game of Clash, and now he's going to be back again. So I can't wait for that one. Great, fantastic games with those guys from the OMFL. And it looks like we are going to the rink. It is go time from the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Is West and the Avalanche in the Nordiques jerseys. Not like I've had enough problems with jerseys and logos tonight. Nordiques taking on Darth Travis and the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Lightning in white and Colorado Avalanche in blue.
Mm-hmm.
As this one starts out, we have Travis taking this one and shot from up high, seeing if Kemper's on his game and taking that one to the ice. We will get a whistle.
Man, it's so weird transitioning from football to hockey because hockey is so much faster paced. It's crazy, but I love it. I love what we have here on Clash. So this is gonna be a great matchup.
Wins the face-off is Travis, and another shot from up high. Now he's in deep, as the shot from up high went way wide, but couldn't get anything going. Now taking it in, West on the other side, back up to the point, skating around, shot on, and it's blocked by the blocker, stick side, and Travis taking it back the other way, weaving through traffic, gets through everybody, trying the cross crease, but it's poked off his stick, trying to clear the puck now, and it's shot on from up high, and it'll bounce off the keeper and into the stands for a whistle.
Stoppage and play, and there's a very large dog, so if you've lost your dog, he's down at ice level. But yeah, quick shout out to Commando Slippy, who we mentioned the time zone difference. He needs to be up in a few hours, so he has gone to bed. But thank you so much for your participation tonight, Slippy. Greatly appreciate it, sir.
Taking it out now, Travis back in his own end, through the neutral zone, into the offensive zone, skating right past the defense very fast. Another slapper from the circle, passes this one out right at the defense. The offense picks it up. And Travis now trying to pick the puck. He does. Skating down in deep, passes up to the point to point. Getting through the first guy, little wrister from up high, slashes a guy on the way by, but it's held on to by the keeper.
Stoppage and play by West. Great idea. We've got veterans in this division that aren't going to randomly pass the puck out. They know what can happen. So West slowing it down here, taking his chances in the faceoffs, which he wins. Great strategy by West.
Slapper blocked by the defense. West now in control, trying to reset in the defensive zone, getting pressured, and it bounces off the defense, off the offense. Taking it into the zone now is West, but it's broken up. Travis skating with it in his own zone, tries to clear it. It's back up high, cross crease, and it's shot on. Vasilevsky passes this one out to the corner. It wasn't quite a cross crease. It was from up high, really low. I thought he had a huge opportunity there, but not able to capitalize. Shot on, and it's blocked just wide of the net. And this one is being fought over all alone. New hook. West taking it in, 2-on-1, trying to pass, but didn't have his man quite in step. Now it's being broken up, passing up high again. It's a 2-on-1, poked off the stick, but Travis holds on, broken up again out in front, shot on, and it's blocked. Kemper passes it out. West playing fast and loose with the pass out on this one, picked off, trying to pass out of his defensive zone. Getting the reset is Travis in the neutral zone as he skates all the way back to his own end for his own reset.
All right.
Trying to pass across the blue line, and it's picked off again. West now fighting at the blue line for the puck, and Travis comes away with it. Fighting in the corner now. West comes away, trying to pass right across the middle. Shot on it is blocked. Almost caught the keeper sliding. West still in control behind the net, out in front, waiting. Wrister, shot, and gloved. Vasilevsky will get a reset.
I just noticed that the positioning on the screen was slightly off due to what I was seeing on my monitor versus what I was seeing in the broadcast, because I like to mirror them both. So I fixed that. If you're wondering what the score was, it is still nothing in the first period.
Shot on after the win on the face-off, and Travis now in control, passing, bounce pass off the boards, getting back checked beautifully, taking it into the zone. West pass across, skating into the corner, back up to the point, shot on, but it's blocked by the defense. Skating in the corner again, nobody stepping to him, so he's going to wrap around the goal, shot on it, it's in the net. What a goal by West, beautiful. He says, if no one's going to step to me, I'll walk right in on your goalie, and he puts it in the net.
Great analysis, reading right into the mind of West, pulls it through there, scores the goal, and is up 1-0 here in this title contention matchup. Shout out in chat, Colby, the defending football champion, has just joined us in chat and said he loves the throwback jerseys, and they are beautiful jerseys. Someday I'd love to see a team back in Quebec so we could have these on a regular basis.
Both guys jumping on the mid-ice throw down of the puck, and it's shot on from up high by Travis. He seems to be liking that shot on from way up high. Passing through the neutral zone. Big hit. We have an injury. But he jumps right back up. The fight attempted. And dumping this one in is Travis. Chasing after it. West walks away with it. Passing behind the net. Up the boards now. West into neutral zone. One guy to get past. Beautiful stick work, and he does. Skating all alone. Around the back of the net now, back up to the point, point down low, low back to the point to point, but it's picked off. Palat skating in, able to skate past everybody, trying to get down into the corner, and does, passing right out in front, but it's picked off on a too hot to handle pass. Skating with it now, a little bit of stick movement. Well done by West. He shoots. What a beautiful wrister from out in front as he skates through traffic, making it look easy with the stick movements.
Yeah,
Travis, go ahead.
That was impressive. The fact that he split the defense, waited for them to get out of the way, and had a clear shot on goal. Luckily, the goaltender came up with it for Travis, or he'd be down 2-0 right now.
West now shot on, and it's blocked. Maybe he was hoping for a rebound there. A low shot might have done it, but the high shot bounces up and out of play.
1:36 left in the first period. You are watching Clash 20 right here on Twitch. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you are tonight. Clash 20, Darth Travis74 versus JJWestGaming.
Big win by West, shot on from high, but it's blocked easily by the keeper. Pass now into the neutral zone by Travis. Beautiful skate back and turnaround to keep possession, but it's poked off his stick down deep. 30 seconds left here in the first as West mounts an attack into the opposite zone. Skating into the neutral, kind of holding up. It's a weird, awkward dance here, trying not to go offside. Skates in through the hit. He's all alone. Shot on it. It's gloved by Vasilevsky. Passes this one out. West is there, but the time expires. That was a big opportunity for West to double his lead, but big save for Travis. 1-0 is the score going into the first period end.
Yeah, what an absolute clinic by both teams. Only one goal separating the two of them. If I have to look at this for the first period, I'd have to say that West had the shots advantage and the lead as far as the score and shots go, but he also led in time on attack. 255 to 132, leads in passing 83.3 to 78.8, leads in faceoffs 4-3. I mean, everything in that first period was headed to the Colorado side of the ice. West firmly in control as far as the numbers go, but Travis not out of it at all, down by one shot and one goal. I mean, we could start the second period and Travis could be tied in this game in the next 15-20 seconds. That's how close this game is right now.
This is a very close one, and I'm really excited to see how it continues as the puck drops here. Travis into the offensive zone, bumped off the puck, and trying to get it out of the zone. Shot on from up high as Travis collected an intercepted pass. West now taking it through the neutral zone, trying to break in, and does. He has a guy across, not able to get it to him. Back up to the point, shot on, going for the screen. Blocked, shot on again, blocked by the keeper as it bounces wide. Fighting in the corner, Travis walks away with it. Pass over to the right side. Beautiful stick work to get out of the way of the poke. But the second poke gets him. West passing quickly now through the neutral zone into the offensive zone he goes. Beautiful stick work, skating through everybody. Shot on, and it's blocked. This one bounces behind the net. And Travis picks it up. Skating into the offensive zone now with it. Two guys in deep. Shot on, blocked by the defense. Has it alone in the cross crease. Backhander into the back of the net. Stamkos and Travis tie this one up 1-1 here in the second.
Just like that, Travis not rolling over, not turning himself in, sticks with it, sticks with the game plan, and now the game is tied 1-1. I thought West did a great job in that first period of clogging the front of the net to prevent any sort of like cross-crease ability. Little hiccup in the defense there, and now Travis has tied this game 1-1.
Big opportunity here. West shot on, and it's blocked, and we'll get a whistle here.
Great idea to hold on to that puck there. Don't risk it out. I mean, West charging at that net, any chance at a rebound and putting it back in was definitely dangerous. Travis seeing that opportunity, stop the clock, keep possession, and keep that puck out of the back of his net.
One back, point to point, shot on by West, and we'll get another whistle. I think this time we'll take it out from the right of the goal from our perspective.
Makes sense. Let's see what happens. I just saw in chat we have 11 viewers tuned in to Clash tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in to Clash 20.
Big hit as he winds up for the slapper. Now skating in, shot on as he passes out in front, and the backhand on the rebound, and into the net it goes. West answers the point by Travis very quickly. We had no goals through almost the entire first, and then all of a sudden the floodgates open. What a good, quick thought there to go for the backhand on that rebound.
Yeah, most definitely. Had the offensive pressure. It was right in front of the goaltender. And as a result, with that beautiful backhand, takes the lead. And now West is up 2-1 here, midway through the second period.
West into the offensive zone again, now skating down into the corner, trying to cut back across, but too many white jerseys in the way. Poked off the stick in the neutral zone. West picks that one back up and gets the line change. Shot on, shooting low, going for the rebound, not getting one as Vasilevsky passes this one out. Travis now through his own zone, through the neutral zone, already into the offensive zone, poked in the corner, trying to move this puck. Shot on from up high, right out in front of the net, but not able to even hit the net. And this one bumped off the puck. Travis down in the corner, skating out in front, cross crease, diving save, and we have a power play now, as I believe that's going to be tripping.
Yeah, that's what I saw too, tripping. So West going to the box for 2 minutes or less, did the block down, try to block the shot, but unfortunately took players with them. You can't be doing that. And now West goes to the penalty box. Travis goes to the power play, looking to tie this game.
Pretty egregious foul. Hard to miss that one.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the kids in the cheap seats even saw that one happening.
West dumps this one out. He's just trying to kill clock here, I believe. Trying to go for the shot on up high. The big slapper is Travis, and not able to do so. Now into the offensive zone is West. Big slapper. It wraps all the way around. Back into his own zone. West skating in front of his own net, lets Travis walk right in on him and bump him off the puck. Surprised that wasn't interference there by Travis. A little bit of extracurricular behind the net. Slapper on, almost gets the rebound right in front, but West instead gets this one. Passes up through everybody. Somehow gets that. I think he was just trying to dump it, but had a guy in position anyway.
Yep.
West backhand pass into the neutral zone, trying to just kill clock, and dumps this one out. And that will kill the power play. Man out of the box, still in the offensive zone now. If Travis isn't paying attention, he's going to have a big advantage here. West will. And a power play now going again against Tampa.
Yes, now we've got West going to the power play. And now Ross Colton, who doesn't even look old enough to drive, is currently playing in the NHL.
Who gave that boy skates?
Exactly. Now he's sitting in the box for 2 minutes to think about who he might take to prom.
Get all juiced up, literally on juice.
Exactly.
Let's get you back out there. Wrap around attempt again. Backhand attempt again. Both ways he scored just happened, but neither able to capitalize. West still with the puck, just kind of skating around, trying to cross crease, but nobody was home. He had everybody right out in front. Skating freely with it, has very little pressure against the guy with the puck. It looks like Travis trying to cut passes, but not really working to his advantage in that way.
No, not at all. So I agree with the game plan of get the goalie to get the puck, freeze it, take the face off, and see whether or not you can change his direction.
Face off to the right of the goal. Travis jumps, so West wins it. Shot on and it's blocked. Diving for it, and the defense picks it up. The goalie missed it. He almost let that one wrap in.
Yep.
And skating down into the offensive zone, still on the power play. Big hit for Travis. 30 seconds left here in the power play, getting bumped off the puck, passing it behind his own net to his own guy. Good puck possession right now to just hold on to it. But as I say that, he's picked off of the puck back up to the point. Finding the open guy is West, trying to hold on to the puck in the offensive zone. As the power play expires, Travis back to 5 guys on the ice, 5 guys for both teams. Passing up through into the offensive zone. Shot on slapper from between the circles. Big hit as the block comes, and then the defensive block comes. And now West into the offensive zone, skating through traffic. Shot on, and it's blocked. Good work by the defense to get there and not let the rebound become another backhand. Cross crease, not able to capitalize. Couldn't get the shot off quick enough as Travis putting pressure on the man with the puck. Bumped off it, backhand, blocked by Vasilevsky. Just barely gets a finger on it. Pass behind the net for West. West skating with it. Looking for the open man, picks up a loose puck, shot on, and it's blocked. All wide open, shot on, and that one's in. With pressure like that, something had to give, and it ends up being the defense of Travis. 2-1, 3-1, I believe, now in favor of West.
Yeah, it's 3-1 now. West with relentless pressure in the offensive zone. Just, you can't have a team tee off on your goalie like that. You have to be able to get the puck and get it out of there. Travis unable to do that. West takes advantage and has a 3-1 lead here with 5 minutes left in the second period.
Won by West again. He seems to be getting the better of these faceoffs at this point in the game. Wrapping behind the net, just kind of holding on to it. Wraps all the way around, shot on, and it's blocked. Keeper on his game. Shot on from up high, blocked. Still picked up by West. He's possessing. Looking for an open man, just skates around with it, bumped off the puck, but takes it right back. Trying to pass down low, but it bounces off the boards. Bumped off it again, barely gets it out of the zone. And Travis bumped off the puck in the neutral zone. Pass D to D in the defensive zone. Travis still possessing into the neutral zone, passing up the wing. Palat takes over into the offensive zone, skating down into the corner, trying to get out in front, cross crease, not able to finish. West now skating into the offensive zone freely, gets bumped off the puck finally, pass right back to him by the defense. Skating with it now in the corner, waiting, looking, doesn't need to do anything, he has the lead. Skating around, finds the open man, pass back, behind the net all the way up to the point, skates in low, right out in front, shot on, and it's blocked, finding a good little crease there, not able to finalize though. Passing now through the defensive zone for Travis, bumped off the puck but holds on. Bumped again, and this time West comes up. 5 seconds left here, skating into the zone, and he's offside as a minor misstep trying to hold on to the puck.
And obviously West did not go to the Monkey Works school of offsiding, where you just drill that puck as hard as you possibly can. Look at the hits, 15-3 in favor of Travis right now.
And a weak little shot to end the period. Not trying to score, just trying to end it. And taking the lead big time in this one is West. Travis was able to get a single goal, but West picking up 2 more to extend the lead to 1-3 now, going into the third.
Yeah, and now we see the math that I was noticing in that second period. West taking over heavily in the shot advantage. It's 29-12 at this point now. Hits, on the other hand, Travis is in charge, 15-3. Time on attack, though, 7:57 to 2:39. I mean, to me, that's the biggest thing right there. Without time of possession, without having that puck and be able to work with it, Travis is skating uphill, and there's a 5-minute plus difference in time of possession between West and Travis going into the third period.
I couldn't agree more. Great analysis on that end. This one won by Travis. Right out in front, shot on, and it's blocked. Going for those slappers again from up high. Not taking the time to set up in the zone. Dumped in. Chasing it now is West, but he'll get an icing as Travis able to get back.
Great awareness by Travis, realizing if he gets a defenseman back there, he can force a stoppage in play and then get a face-off in the offensive zone. So makes that happen. Let's see whether or not his forwards can take advantage of this situation.
Now, talking about that slapper, there's different schools of thought when it comes to is it more important to possess the puck in the zone and take the time and set up and possibly never get a shot on, or is it more important to guarantee a shot on and get a slapper and hope that something eventually slips in?
Well, see, that's the thing. Either one of them can be right. It's just a case of, what the game gods are going to give you in return. I mean, Travis could score 2 goals on 2 shots here. On the other hand, we saw West keeping possession, waiting for an opportunity to come forward, and was able to fire numerous shots before scoring that last goal. So I guess it kind of depends on the situation. It depends on where.
Beautiful cross crease. Sorry to cut you off, but Palat puts that one into the back of the net, skated freely with the puck, toe in the neutral zone, not able to poke it, and beautiful early pass. I think West was expecting that pass to come later, and Travis buries it.
Yep. Exactly. So as I'm spitting out a bunch of word salad here and just trying to make something happen, Travis goes and proves the point of all you need is the shot on goal, and now he's back within 1 with tons of time left. 16:27 left here in the third period.
Backwards pass between the legs from West back up to the point down low, skating it in through everybody, but too much stick work. Bumped off the puck. West picks it up again. Clearing the zone is Travis the second he touched it, putting a lot of forward pressure now. West skating around behind his net, juking out the trailing defender, and now into the zone, trying to get through everybody with a single guy. Bumped off the puck. Passes right out in front of his own net is Travis trying to get it out of the zone, but almost disaster there. Bumped off in the neutral zone. We got some line changes here happening, so we have some awkward looking ice. Travis in his own zone, passes behind the net, looking for an open man, passes behind the net again. He doesn't have anybody there. He hasn't either time. Shot on as he tries to reach around the goal, but not able to finish. And Travis now bounce pass off the board, scooped up by West, not able to control, and Travis picks it up again through the neutral zone, cross the blue line, passes 3 guys in on 2, tries to get it in, but poked off the puck at the last second out in front of the net. Delayed penalty. Travis is going to the box in a second, but West for now in control, down into the corner, behind the net. Nope, turning back around, pass up high, up to the point down low to the left, shot on, and it's blocked. And will that take the whistle and see that penalty?
I'm just trying to get caught up. My feed's a little behind. I'm going to refresh my screen while they're taking a penalty here and see what we can do. I apologize, folks. Nope, that didn't work.
Would you want me to pause or you want me to keep calling?
You keep calling. We're okay. There we go.
All right.
We are back.
One back. Absolute rocket from up high, and it bounces off his own guy. It looks like he was kind of stunned for a second as it sails up and into the crowd. 1:54 left in the power play. Both guys jump, tie up, and Travis swoops in and takes that one over. 10.5 left here in the game. Trailing by 1 is Travis, and he's in possession in his own zone. Pass up to the right side, swoops back to the right, circles back around for the reset, into the offensive zone now. Another turnaround. Tries to go for a slapper, but anticipated by West. It's poked off. 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Pass up high, and it's broken up. So he tries to pass out in front and was not able to connect. That could have been a big, big play right there. In the defensive zone, Travis with the puck bumped off. West taking back over. 30 seconds left here in the power play. Right out in front, shot on, and he dings the post around the keeper, and it ricochets into the net, and we're back to a 2-goal lead.
West taking advantage of the situation, puts the puck in behind the goaltender, and up by 2 here in the midway point of the third period. West starting to take advantage now, starting to take the lead. And he's up by 2 with 9:14 to play.
Back to center ice we go. One back by West. Pass up the middle. McKinnon skating in. Shot on and barely gets a blocker on it. Vasilevsky absolutely standing on his head trying to keep Travis in this one as he's rained down on shots. And we're going to have a trip here as Travis is tripped up by West.
And now Travis going back to the power play, has already scored on the power play tonight, down by 2 with less than 10 to play. Now looking to try to cut into that lead here.
West he closed the door and then he opened it again. Say, I'm sorry. Were you trying to come in?
Were you looking to join me in here?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
Yeah, how hospitable, right? So clears it down. Great play by West. Now Travis has to come the whole way back to make it down the ice again here if he wants to have an opportunity to put the puck in the net.
Good bounce pass off the board. Slapper bounces off the defense. Pass up to the point. Pass trying to go down low, but can't connect. Everybody misses it. It's loose behind the net. West coming away with it. Clears this one all the way down. Less than a minute left now on the penalty kill for West. Travis with the puck through the neutral zone now. Cross the red line, cross the blue line, skating past everybody, poked from behind. The puck is loose in the corner. Travis picks this one off as it tries to clear the zone. Slapper is blocked by the defense. And it's wild that Travis has more guys on the ice, but West seems to continue to be in better positioning.
Yeah, I don't know what West has said as his defensive strategy or what Travis has said as his offensive strategy, but West is actually winning that battle right now.
It seems that way. It seems like Travis has 2-3 guys standing up high on the point, which can be great in some situations, but when you're on an attack, would you want to set them back some and try and pick off anything clearing the zone, or are you going for an attack? What are you looking at? Oh, this one ricochets. It's shot up high, and we get the deflection. McKinnon puts it into the net. Nothing the goalie could do. He couldn't even see it as it went rocketing in. And another point to make it 5-2 now in favor of West.
Let's take a look at this one. It gets deflected right into the back of the net, and just like that, West now up 5-2 here in the third period. To answer your previous question, when you're losing like that, you need as much pressure as possible, especially on the power play. Put pucks towards the net. So I would not keep my defense back. I would have brought them closer into the play. Keep that pressure on like West did in the second period. But now Travis has a mile-long hill ahead of him. Down by 3 with 5 minutes to play here in the third period.
The door was opened and he decided to wait outside. He's trying to pass now through the defensive zone. Travis absolutely decimated, trying to clear the puck, looking for an open man, trying to pass right through the center. Continues to bounce pass off those boards. 2-on-1 and not able to get the pass off. Doesn't need to, though. No. Possessing the puck right now kind of seems to be the game plan. Big glove save by Vasilevsky. Passes out into the corner. Nobody's there. Pass behind the net by Travis, trying to pass up to a man breaking, but easily picked off. West shot on and it's wide. Skating now into the corner with the point man. Behind the net with the point man. Looking, passing, has a guy. Pass across to the middle. Shot on it and the screen, but it's blocked by the goal. Vasilevsky, such a good goalie and something that Travis really has going for him in picking the Lightning, I think.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think that Travis knew going into it that he needs strong goaltending, and he got that. Just tonight, it seems that West seems to just have the ability to pepper that goalie, and no matter how great of a goalie you have, if you're being outshot as bad as Travis and the Lightning are right now, you are going to unfortunately give up some goals. But I don't think it was a bad choice by Travis at all to take Vasilevsky and the Lightning.
Passing now, 30 seconds just over left here in this game. Skating with it. West right out in front. Shot on right at the keep. He doesn't have to do much, but squeeze together and hope the puck doesn't go in. And now behind the net, not doing much. Looks like he might just be killing the game. Travis waiting for a pass out, and he does. Gets it up the corner, but he's pinched. As he crosses the blue line, it pops loose. West possessing, 10 seconds left here in the game, skates it behind the net, and looks like they are ready to call this one. 5-2 should be the final, as West, sportsmanlike, stays through the neutral zone and ends this game. And that was actually a very good game.
Yeah, it was incredibly entertaining. We saw a lot of goals in that game. We saw 7 goals, so great performance by both competitors. West, there's that dog again. Now they've let him on the ice.
Are you going to stop him?
No.
Look at the size of him.
Exactly. Not at that size. You can do whatever you wish, sir. West, who has been a great competitor here on Clash, he had said jokingly to me a couple times where He hasn't been that successful on Clash lately, but so it's nice to see him come up with the win here tonight and see what happens next in that division with Monkey Work as the defending champion. But Darth Travis as well returned one episode ago on Clash, got the big win over Commando Slippy. Tonight didn't go his way, but I'm sure he's still in the thick of things. And I expect big things out of Travis as the division continues. Let's take a look at some final stats here. Shots on goal, 38-15 in favor of West. Hits, 20-4 in favor of Travis. So you look at the dominating bit with West and the shots was completely counteracted by Travis and the hits. So you kind of wonder whether or not West's idea of defense was poke check and possession, whereas Travis was bring the body and try to knock them off the puck. But time on attack, 11:31 to 3:24. To me, the time on attack and the total shots on goal kind of go hand in hand as we see what's happened here on both sides of those equations. Passing very close, 84.2 to 80% in favor of West. Faceoffs, 20-6 again in favor of West. So really, Meter, when I'm looking at this, the shots on goal, the time of possession, and the faceoffs won are kind of like a triple threat. Because if you can control the faceoffs, it means you control the time on attack, which means you control the shots. And we kind of get what we saw here tonight with a 5-2 victory here by West and the Avalanche. Penalty minutes are identical. Power play, West was able to score 1 of 2. Travis was 0 for 2. A fantastic game. The game was closer than the stats kind of make it look, but West just came out tonight and just peppered Travis and the Lightning on shots here by a ratio of over 2-1. So great performance by West here tonight.
That is some beautiful expert analysis and breakdown of the numbers. Numbers are nice to look at, and you can see some obvious things sometimes, but to break it down and really, to have it tell a story, expertly done by the one and only Langell yet again. And I mean, to your point, time on attack, you're talking about, on average, if you divide by three periods, West's time on attack, he had more on average than Travis did in the whole game. And that really was, like you had said in football, towards the end of the game, control the ball, control the game, make it your pace. I think that's what we saw from West. He really was in control. And I think their defensive styles as well, to your point, were very different, and both of them work in different situations. And today, West came out on top.
Yeah, West had the correct recipe or the correct game plan to come into this game. And again, comes away with a 5-2 win. But that is, again, nothing against Travis. I mean, they could play again tonight or they could play again in 2 weeks' time. And it could be a completely different situation. Both these guys are so good that any given Monday, either one of them come up with the win. Tonight was West's night. But again, I don't think Travis is out of this division or out of title contention by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, definitely not at all. And to speak to both of their goalies, they both had an 87% save ratio. So as far as their goalies go, completely even. So it did come down to the total number of shots and the quality of the shots there at the end of the game. So big win for West, and congratulations to him. Great game for Travis. I think he is a very strong contender. A couple of things to button up, as we all have things to work on. Mm-hmm. I hope he goes back, watches the game, sees what he can improve on, and continues to improve. Every time I see him, he's better than the last, and I love that in a competitor, somebody who continues to adapt and grow.
Yeah, and that's what this division, that's what this organization is all about, is the fact that, yeah, it's one thing to come out here and compete on Clash, but every game you play, you take a little piece of it from what you got from your opponent, and you use that into your next game, and everyone continues to improve and continues to get better. And we saw it here tonight from both competitors, both from West and from Travis. And I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next for both of these competitors.
Definitely agree. I can see some naysayers saying, the stats didn't look close. This was not a close game. I personally, from my own opinion, of course, would disagree. I think if you watched that game, the first especially, very, very close game as they were learning each other. Into the second, you saw a tiny bit of ice tilt, but Travis was scoring at that point. He had some great opportunities that were, the West keeper was able to get some big blocks there. He was able to pick off a couple, and I think he got lucky on a couple that could have gone in the goal and didn't. The third, pretty one-sided. But with that said, the game isn't over in one period. This is you play a full game on the ice there, and I think as a full game, looking at the full picture, all three periods, both guys did play very well, and it was very close until the last few minutes of the third.
Yeah, exactly. When the game was pretty much out of hand and Travis's biggest opponent became the clock as opposed to West at that point. Not taking anything from West. He played a beautiful game and managed the time of possession absolutely beautifully. But when you're down by 3 with 5 minutes to play, there's not a lot left you can do. And Travis never gave up and kept fighting. And hats off to both competitors. I love this organization. I love these divisions, and I love watching games like this. And getting to call them with you makes it even better, because you're the best in the biz at what you do. So I had a blast tonight, and I hope the people in the chat did as well. Let's get some GGs in there for both Slippy and Colby from the kickoff game, as well as Travis and West from the showcase matchup. What a Clash 20. That was absolutely electric from top to bottom.
Could not agree more. Massive success for Clash 20. Always a huge pleasure to get to call these games, to get to be a part of this organization, and to get to spend time with you here in the booth, watching some really great sporting events from some really great people.
Yeah, it's I feel the same way when I look at the calendar and realize it's a Clash Monday coming up. And I'm like, as soon as I get confirmation that Meter's going to be here, and let's face it, 99.9 times out of 100, you are going to be here. I look forward to that already. It's kind of like people dread Mondays. They're like, oh man, the weekend's over. I'm like, man, get Sunday over with. I want to go work with Meter on Monday. So yeah, I kind of have the opposite opinion. But yeah, no, absolutely fantastic night from top to bottom. I mean, the competitors, the games, the commentary, the crowd, the chat, the interaction with the people. I love doing this, and I think there's no better way to spend a Monday than here on Clash.
110%. I agree.
Thank you so much, sir. I think that pretty much wraps up our broadcast for tonight. I want to thank everyone for joining us. We had a huge crowd show up tonight. It's greatly supported, greatly appreciated. Hopefully we'll see you guys again 2 weeks from now for Clash 21. But I should mention this Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern, it's Ignite. And our main event this week will be the New Day taking on Scott Hall and Kevin Nash of the Outsiders in another first round matchup of the It Takes Two tag team tournament to crown ESPW tag team champions. So make sure you come back on Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern for Ignite. It's the hottest stream on Thursday night. It's Thursday Night Ignite, and it's going to be right here on the channel Thursday night, 7 o'clock Eastern. So powered by WWE 2K22. The hits just keep on coming, and we'll be back Thursday night for that. And then, of course, the following Monday night will be Evolve Sports Tonight, where we'll break down everything that's going on here in Evolve Sports and break down what's coming up in Clash 21 and anything else that's going on within the organization. So hopefully we'll see you guys here for that as well. But Meter, again, hats off. I love calling these games with you. And what another great, successful night, sir.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thank you to everyone at Evolve Sports Live for being here tonight. Really, really look forward to every Monday night that we are here, and really excited to see how the New Day fare. The last time we saw them, they walked away with a big dub. Can they do it again?
Exactly. We'll have to wait and find out on Thursday night. Taking on Scott Hall and Kevin Nash is not going to be an easy feat, but
it's so exciting.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to see how that all unfolds Thursday night. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Meter, thank you so much for everything. Thank you to everyone in the crowd. And again, shout out again to Colby and West on their victories and Slippy and Travis on their performances. Nobody has any reason to have their head hang low tonight. What a performance here from everyone involved with Evolve Sports Live. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Good night, everybody from Evolve Sports Live. We'll see you Thursday night for Ignite right here on Twitch. Good night, everybody.